What's the one thing that's even better than getting to sit down on your couch and play your favourite game? You know what we're talking about. Doing it with your best friends, of course. Playing games, that is. Anyway, let's talk about co-op games, because they're some of the most fun experiences you can have in gaming. Full stop. So in this video, we're going to take you through our favourite games that can be played with your buddies right now. The best current co-op games. Stick around to the end and you'll see the very best co-op games currently available. Nowadays, there are tons of games you can play with your friends, but we're not talking about playing through a Far Cry campaign or raiding in Destiny. We mean proper co-op games, which have been designed from the ground up with that aspect in mind. So let's start with one of the most popular kinds of co-op games, the 4-player PvE shooter. The big daddy of this type of game is, of course, Left 4 Dead, which popularized the genre way back in the 2000s. It already perfected this type of game back then, and it's still well worth playing now. Unfortunately, the game is not available for modern consoles though, so unless you've got your PC, you won't be able to just whip this out for game night. Thankfully, there are tons of games like Left 4 Dead coming out all the time though, and a lot of them are fantastic. If you want to play a game that just stops short of being a Left 4 Dead ripoff, try out Back 4 Blood. The Vermintiede games are also very similar to Left 4 Dead, just set in the Warhammer universe. And in October 22, we're also going to be getting Darktide, which is pretty much the same but in 40k. And that means guns are back, baby. If you want a similar experience that's slightly more light-hearted, you need to play Deep Rock Galactic though, our favourite game from this genre of co-op. Unlike the other mentioned titles, Deep Rock added special abilities and classes to the formula, giving you even more flexibility and opportunities. It combines the Left 4 Dead survival stuff with mining, and it's just a really cool original idea. This is easily the deepest, no pun intended, and most engaging of these games. And it's on Game Pass, so if you're on Xbox, just grab a couple of friends and you're good to go. You can obviously do more together than just shoot folks though. So let's talk about adventure games, and there are lots of amazing ones. The king is obviously Portal 2, with one of the very best co-op campaigns ever. Unfortunately, that game hasn't been around since the PS3 era. But no worries, as with Left 4 Dead, there are plenty of great alternatives. Our first recommendation is Operation Tango. The gameplay is fantastic, with one of you being a field agent that's actually walking through the levels, and the other being a hacker that's supporting the agent as they travel through the mission. Good communication is obviously extremely important here, and the short campaign is filled with exciting and thrilling scenarios. You should also take a look at the We Were Here games, which are actually a whole trilogy of co-op games. In these ones, you just have to play for the music and the amazing atmosphere alone. But be warned, these are among the tougher games in the genre. We actually had a hard time completing them because the puzzles at the end were really tough. But maybe you thrive on that kind of thing. Try them out though, and if you get into them, you're going to have a unique and amazing experience. That's a guarantee. And last but not least, we're getting to one of the very best co-op games of all time, and that is It Takes Two. After proving themselves in the world of co-op with A Way Out, developers Hazelight basically perfected the genre with It Takes Two. This game is great. It looks great, the story around the cursed parents is brilliant, and every 5 minutes you're basically thrown into a completely new scenario and a new type of game. And it's all done extremely well, it's polished, there's nothing going wrong. It's just insane how many different ideas they're able to cram into this game, and how so many of them are super fun from the first minute to the last. There's a reason this game is going to be found in every single list like this one. Everyone agrees, if you're looking for something co-op, this is the game to go to. Only one player has to buy the game as well, which is fantastic, so it's even more accessible than others on the list. Now, no excuses. Go and get It Takes Two. You won't regret it. That's all from us today, folks. Thanks for watching. You can check out other videos on the channel or head over to EarlyGame.com for more in-depth analysis and entertainment. Until next time.